At the Select Board meeting on Tuesday, August 13th, a request to remove a public shade tree sparked significant concerns among board members, resulting in a split vote. In recent years, local opposition to tree removal during construction projects has intensified due to the growing awareness of climate change, especially in light of recent flooding events that have affected hundreds of Needham households. Municipal producer Yu Xiaoyuan has the story.
The Virginians recently purchased the property at 239 Manning Street with plans for a teardown and reconstruction. However, they discovered the public shade tree in front of the property obstructs the design for their new driveway. Removing a healthy public shade tree requires a public hearing and a favorable vote from the Select Board. Vice Chair Heidi Frail and Board Member Joshua Levy urged the homeowners to consider redesigning the driveway to preserve the tree.
If the driveway could just be angled a little bit towards the neighbor and save the tree.
My neighbor, for example, has a driveway that has a single car opening and widens on the property. You know, it's single car over the sidewalk next to your tree, and then it widens as it goes up to the garage.
However, the owners and their contractor insisted there were no feasible alternatives.
Given the proximity of the front of the house to the driveway or to the actual sidewalk, it might make it a little tight for cars to actually come in and around into the garage.
The owners are willing to cover the cost of removing the tree as well as future relocation and new plantings. Additionally, they plan to donate a tree to Sunita Williams Elementary School, where the husband's mother served as a teacher. Superintendent of the Park and Forestry Division, Ed Olson, noted this old London plane tree has already lost its nutrition source due to excavation and will inevitably die during the course of construction.
This tree will die. It won't get saved. It is beautiful, but it will die through this construction process. No matter if we shim the driveway over a foot or not, all the roots are going to be taken out with that construction work. I hear the concerns, but I know that I don't want to get in the situations of not approving these and then picking up the pieces of dead trees when we can plant a tree for the future here, if not multiple trees for the future, and we net positive.
Owners of neighboring property expressed frustration with the situation.
We have a charm that used to be a tree canopy on Manning Street, and it's not there anymore. There's gaps because a lot of this development that's been happening, just whack them down.
Board Chair Kevin King expressed his disappointment that the builder had not been more considerate during the design process.
When things are in the playing stage, pencils and erasers are cheap, and you could have drawn around this. Like, there's a tree in the way, we need to work around this. I feel like you sort of designed something and then are coming to us saying, guess what you have to do? So it doesn't seem right to me.
Board member Marian Cooley highlighted the need for a broader conversation to promote environmentally friendly practices.
Is sort of striking in my mind is we've actually had very few discussions of public shade trees and construction. And it seems like we should probably be having quite a few more conversations proactively.
In the end, Cooley and Frill voted to approve the application, while Keene and Levy voted against it.
If we vote no, all that gets us is a big bill in a couple of years to take that tree out. So wholeheartedly, I don't want that tree to come down, but the tree's already dead. So I don't see why we should accept the bill for removing it when these guys can pick that up for us.
I think that in this moment where we already are, to hold up this property owner is the wrong thing. We need to solve this problem in a way that's fair and equitable to people, and they need to understand up front what the ground rules are.
I'm not convinced that this is holding up the property. I mean, I wouldn't have voted that way if I thought it was holding you up. I mean, I think it's really just a question of the driveway and the angle.
With the vote split, the issue remains unresolved, and the board will revisit the topic at its next meeting on September 10th. Towards the end of the meeting, Frill reassured the public that the town is planning to develop strategies to address tree removals during construction.
We're trying to figure out what's the best way to constitute a committee and so on, and what that committee would be charged with. And it's just really complicated, but I just wanted to reassure the public that it is happening, especially in light of the conversation that we had here today.
For Needham Channel News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.